Hello all and happy early Halloween. Again, I apologize for having to switch this to Thursday night, but a lot of ghosts and goblins wanted some treats last night at my board trick or treat, and it was chili cook-off, and I can't miss the chili cook-off, but I had to be there help out, which kind of deferred me here to tonight. I will try to meet back on Wednesday next week. I don't see anything in the way of doing that. But so this week, there's a lot of things that are in this week's lesson that we've already talked about. I've already talked about aggregate functions, sum, count, average, blah, blah. We're going to talk about that. We've already talked about that like week 4. So I'm not going to cover those again. I will say, and I will remind you that if you use an aggregate function in a select query, please make sure to put a group by in the body of this query, or you will get the wrong results. If you do not put a group by, you will get the wrong results. That being said, the one thing I'm going to talk about tonight is really quick. I'm going to talk about nulls. I haven't really talked about nulls and what they do and how they affect the database, how the data in the database. So we're going to kind of look at that tonight real quick. Some ways to deal with nulls, because you should always try not to have nulls. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes in some fields you might, like if you have a description field or something that is an optional, you're going to have nulls in there. That's okay. Just always make sure nulls are never in primary key columns, and please make sure that nulls are never in numeric columns that are used for calculation, and I will show you why. Okay, with that, let me share my screen and we can start talking about it here. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, so first here, I'm just real quick, I'm going to talk about case statements. We didn't really cover those. I think they were covered a week or two ago, or maybe it's next week. I'm not really sure. But case statements have either just happened or will be happening in the near future. A case statement is a way for you to present data the way you want it presented. So very simply, you put a case here, and you give some when clauses. When this happens, then show this. When this happens, then show this. So in this case, I've got that random number generator as used last week. So I have here, when the random number equals 11, show the number 100. When the random number is between 27 and 35, then show null. Anything else for the else statement, then just show the random number. Okay. So this would be like if you had an age column, like let me populate this, and then I'll do some quick coding here. So I can try to do this there, right? So let me do this here. Like, what if I did select? I have it here, right? I have select order by age. F5. No, I'm sorry, F5 doesn't work in this, right? Okay, that shows me all my nulls and stuff like that, right? So let's say I wanted to do this. Select, copy this here. Select select last name, comma, and I'm gonna put a case statement here. Case. I'm gonna say when age is less than 13, then G. When age between 13 and 17, then PG 13. When age greater than or equal to 17, then R. Else, and you've always got to put an else in there, because if not, then if anything doesn't fit that criteria, then you're gonna have this nulls here. We don't want that. So else, I'm just gonna say no age, and I'll put an end here. Hey, William.
Yeah.
I'm just going over some stuff from this week's lesson, and then when I'm done, we can talk about whatever you need to talk about. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Put here. I'm going to call this movie rating. Movie rating. Okay. Okay. So now when I do this, error, where's my error here? Select last name from person's case when age. Oh, sorry, that's why. Then. Okay. So here, when I run this, instead of getting the age, I'm going to say what movie they can watch. CPG 13 R. Okay. Let me get rid of this order by age here. Okay. So instead of showing the age here, I'm showing what movie they can rent. Okay. So here R, no age, PG 13. So that's what the case statement is. The case statement is there for you to modify the data in such a way that that you were showing the consumer that data what you want them to see, not necessarily what's there. You're kind of like curating it. Okay, so the next thing, so that's that with the case statements. So what I did here, the reason I did this is I need to get some null values in here. As you saw, I've got a bunch of null values here. I want to talk about how null values affect aggregate statements. So I have two statements here. I've got select the sum of the age, the average of the age, the maximum age, the minimum age, and the count of the age from persons. Okay, and then I have it unioning, and I've done here I put this little if null statement in here. Okay, so if null is a conditional statement that looks at the column you're putting here, and if it's null, it puts another value in whatever you want. In this case, I just put 0. So it's going to be the sum of age, but this time it's going to see if age is null, it's going to put a 0 in. It's going to be the average of age, but if age is null, it's going to put a 0 in. You get what's going on here. Okay. So I did this to show you how a null can affect miscalculations. So I'm going to go ahead and run this real quick. Okay. So here under the sum, I have 5930 for sum. I have 5930 for sum, both the same sum. Okay. But here, under the average, where the nulls were, it's 36 and change. Here is 29 and change. And the reason is here, if you look at the counts, okay, when it did the count, it only counted 162 rows, right? So it's only going to give the average for 162, not the full 200. When nulls are there, they don't count towards any counts, okay? So that's why, so when you look here, the average is more accurate. Okay. So you always want to avoid nulls. You always want to avoid nulls in your tables, if any, especially in anything with an integer-based thing, because if you try to do any calculations with it, it's going to break. Well, it's not going to break per se. It's just going to give you the wrong answers back. Okay. So this if null can be your best friend, and that works for anything. Okay, so that's the only part of this week's lesson that I haven't covered before. So I've covered that now, so we're good. Now the last thing I want to go over real quickly, I'm going to go over the exercises for this week, which are right here. Okay, so construct a query that counts the number of rows in the payment table. That's just using the count function. That's it. Select count from payment table. It's very simple. Modify your query from exercise 8.1 to count the number of payments made by each customer. Show the customer ID and the total amount paid for each network. So this is going to be where you have the customer ID and then the count that goes with that customer ID. So it's going to be select customer ID and then count in parentheses customer ID from payments. But remember, you're using an aggregate function in a select query. So you're going to have a group by clause here. Same thing's true with here. It's the same query as here, but now you're going to limit it to people who made at least 40 payments. Okay, so now you're going to put a where clause in that select statement. Okay, these aren't very difficult. You should be able to get them pretty easily. So that's all I had to cover today. So we have William here tonight. William, is there anything I can help you with tonight?
Oh, yes, I need help.
Sure, what can I do for you?
I need help with my the project.
Okay, you want to share screens and show me what you've got so far?
Yes.
Okay, let me give you permission to share screens. Okay, share your screen, show me what you got.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, yep.
Okay, this is what I get so far
Okay,
on table. But
okay.
I don't know if it is correct.
Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at the department first, okay? So you've got the
Yeah.
department table, you've got department ID, you've got department name, address, room, phone, and location. Okay,
Yeah.
so my first question to you is, would the department have more than one location? Could the department be located in multiple places?
It can be, yes.
Okay, so that's one thing we've got to hang on to there, okay? And let's look at employee. Employee, you've got name, address, room, okay? So an employee might have multiple rooms they work out of,
Yeah.
okay? And an employee could theoretically be a part of different departments, depending
Yes.
on, so you might have like an English teacher who also teaches drama or something like that. So that's two different departments, okay?
Yeah.
So that's something else to be aware of, okay? Student looks good. Yeah, I like student. Tutor, okay. So I'm glad you dialed in today because I saw this the other day and I'm glad we're talking about this. So a tutor can be an employee, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to want to do here is we're going to do a couple of things. Here's what I would suggest doing.
Yeah.
First of all, I would make a locations table. Okay, and I'd have all the location information in there, and that would include city and address. Okay. This is going to get a little, okay, so you're gonna have to do a locations table, and then you're going to have a location rooms table. Okay, well, okay, wait, so location, is this for like what kind of schooling is this for? Is it like a college? Is this for a, because this is gonna get pretty busy here. Is your premise being for a college? Is your premise being for a, like a high school?
Yeah, a high school.
This be for high school? Okay. Okay, so if this is for a high school, that makes it a lot easier. So let's go with that. Okay. So in that case, if it's a high school, that's not gonna have multiple locations. It's gonna be one place. You know, so high school is generally just one building. So that's good. So,
So what I really had in mind is just to not make it complicated for myself.
right.
To understand what I'm doing. I was trying to do what BYU does, like
Okay.
with their students. That I had in mind.
Okay, okay, so you just want to do like a BYU tutoring thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
to link the table like that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So then what we're going to do here, student enrollment section course. Okay, that looks good. Okay, if you're going to do that, then everything here is fine. We can, if you want to make it very simple, we can leave this that. But what you're going to have to do is with student has tutor, you're going to need to add what course the tutor is for.
Oh, okay.
Because one tutor might tutor multiple courses.
Yeah.
So even though you have the course has tutor up there, we're pairing the course ID with the tutor ID. Where the
Yeah.
student has tutor, I need to know what course that student is being tutored in.
Okay.
And that would be, so for the purposes of what you're doing, employee enrollment, all these other things, like a lot of these other tables are superfluous, but go ahead and keep them in to get your table counts good. But for the purpose of what you're looking for you're looking to tutor, the tutoring side of things, then you're gonna need you're gonna need to do that. I would also make a tutor department table because one tutor might be in multiple departments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to do like whereas course has tutor, you want department has tutor, right? So you have a table there, and I would remove employee room from the employees table because that doesn't belong there.
Employee room.
Yeah, so under employee table, you have employee room. It's the fourth column down.
Employee room. Oh,
Yep,
this one.
yeah. I would get rid of that. That doesn't belong there.
Oh, get rid of it.
Yep, that column doesn't belong in that table.
Uh,
Yep,
this one.
yep. Get rid of that.
Just delete it.
Yep, just delete it. It doesn't belong there. Because one employee might be in multiple rooms, so we don't want to put it there. I think if you just highlight the entire row, there you go. Now right click it. Yeah, now just cut. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Because with normalization of data, that doesn't belong there. That is not normalized data. That looks better. Okay. Yeah, so the only thing I can see doing here to really kind of flesh it out so you can do what you want to do is have a department has tutor table and add course ID to the student has tutor, and you're good. And that should be enough, that you'd be able to keep it so you can work with it. Everything else looks good.
Okay, but one more question.
Sure.
If I fix that as you suggest,
Yep.
uh, what do I need to go further?
Okay, so next, once this is done, you need to put between 5 and 10 rows of data in each table. So you need 5 to 10 entries in department, 5 to 10 entries in tutor, 5 to 10 entries in student, employee, course has tutor, so all those things. You need 5 to 10 entries in them, okay? Once that's done, I need you to come up with like, so basically they're called case studies. And you're gonna ask yourself, what would I do with this data? Like, for example, with this one, like I wanna see how many students a certain tutor has had. Let's say I have a tutor named John Brown. I want to know how many students John Brown has tutored this year. Oh, also under student has tutor, you're gonna need semester.
On the students.
Under student has tutor. The student has tutor table. Remember I said
Detail.
you need to put course ID in there. You also need to put semester. So you know what semester he was teaching. That's what semester that he had the tutor. So you need to add 2 columns to that table. You gotta add course ID and you've got to add semester. But so back to case studies, you want to do like, how many students were tutored in the summer 2021 semester? How many students had John Brown as a tutor? How many students did course CIT225 have in tutoring? So that's what the case study is at. So you want to write the case study, you want to write the question you're answering, then write the query to show the information. So if you're like, so if you said, how many students did John Brown tutor in fall 2021?
Yeah.
You gotta write the query to show that. Who were the tutors for CIT225?
Yeah.
Show the query to do that. So you're gonna give me this ERD, which the ERD looks good with those changes. You're gonna give me all the create statements to create all these tables that you see here. You're gonna write me the queries to input data into these tables, and you're going to write me the queries that show me how you'd manipulate the data to use it in the front end application. And that's it. So you're going to probably write, because you did the ERD in the workbench, it'll reverse engineer it out. So it'll write the code for you. So you're good on that front.
Yeah.
But between the insert statements and the select statements, you're probably looking at writing 12 tables, 10 each, 120 insert statements. And then you're looking at probably 10 you want to do at least 10 case studies. So ask yourself 10 questions about this database. Like what do you want the information to show? How do you want to show the information? And then you submit that to me.
Okay.
With a quick video presentation of explaining everything to me, like what you did, how you did it, show me the ERD, show me the queries, and explain how you got to that.
Okay.
It's a lot of query writing. And right now, like I said, once you make those tables, once you add the one table for department has tutor, and then you add the 2 columns to student has tutor, you'll be able to work from there.
Okay.
You're also probably gonna link. Actually, you don't need okay. You should link department and course tables. Those 2 should be linked because a course is a part of a department.
Department and
Course, yeah. Those 2 tables. If you do that, you don't need to do the department has tutor table.
Oh.
Because if you link department and course together, right? So you'll know what department has what courses, because department is linked to tutor, and because I would just you just get rid of the link between department and tutor, right? Link department and course, and then you'll have your information that way.
Department and tutor.
Yeah, get rid of that link. Don't link those 2 tables together. Right.
Delete it.
Yep. Delete. Now link department and course together. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Now you know what department has what tutors, because you have the course table is linked to the department table, and the course table is linked to the tutor table. So you have an indirect connection between tutors and department. So you don't have to connect those 2 tables anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, so that looks good. Like I said, just add those 2 columns to student has tutor, and you're off to the races.
Okay.
There's a lot of other things you can do with these tables, but since you're only focusing on the tutoring aspect, I'm not digging down into the other tables.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a very good run at this schema.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I
You have
need one more.
no, you're fine. Leave it 11. Don't add a table. It does. It wouldn't be. It would mess up your flow. So you're good with 11 tables.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just 11 tables. That's fine.
Okay, I will. Um, I will go and try to do as what you suggest.
Yep. I think it'll be fine. I think you got a good thing right now. So your next step is just, like I said, just add the 2 columns the student has tutor. Add course ID. Actually, just link student has tutor to the course table. Student has tutor, link that to the course table. And then adds, yeah, link student has tutor to course.
Students.
But lead, yeah, student has tutor, link that to the course table.
Or link or link student has tutor to course table.
Yeah, so you know what course the tutor's in.
So delete.
No, keep everything as it is. Actually, you can. No, you're good. Yeah, just add the link to course to student has tutor to course.
Like this.
Yep. And then add one more column to that table and call it semester.
In
Yep.
This
yep.
one.
Yep. Add semester. Yep. I just add a semester and make it varchar 50.
Just semester.
Just semester.
And
That's fine.
varchar.
That's perfectly fine. Yep. And there you put like spring 21, fall 21, summer 21, blah, 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 blah. Yep. And now your schema is perfect.
So just spring.
No. That's no, when that's spring and all that stuff is data in the column. It's not column names.
Oh.
So when you insert student ID, tutor ID, and course ID,
yeah,
then you add the semester to it. So you're going to add 4 columns. You're going to, when you write the insert statement, you can do student ID, tutor ID, course ID, and what semester it was.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what you're going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now your scheme is perfect. You can totally move on to the next step. Just write all your insert statements and then write your case studies.
Okay.
And then next week, pop back in. Next week, we're back on Wednesdays.
Wednesday next week.
Yeah, Wednesday next week. And if you want to just start showing me your insert statements, or if you just want to email them to me, I'll look over them and I'll send you feedback on them if you can't make the meeting. So at this point in time, it's just writing queries.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so far.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay. Good
Yes.
work. Really good work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, it is 9:42. So I'm gonna close this meeting. No one else come by. If anyone needs any other help, email me, text me, let me know if I can help. And if not, I'll see you guys next week. Bye, William. Or Willem. Bye, Willem.
Yes, brother. Thank you so
Bye.
far. Yes, bye.